Malaysia proposes expelling Israel from UN. NGV to be discontinued July next year. Salam Malaysia Madani and good evening. I'm SAHIH and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Malaysia has prepared a draft resolution of the United Nations General Assembly UN which, among others, suggests that Israel be removed as a member of the organisation should there be a violation of laws, rules and decisions in issues involving Palestine. Prime Minister Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim told the Dewan Rakyat today that the draft resolution is in the negotiation process and is expected to be tabled at the UN General Assembly for approval soon.
Draft resolusi ini sedang dalam proses rundingan dan kita juga akan mengkaji setelah berlakunya pelanggaran undang-undang, hukum dan keputusan PBB supaya Israel dikeluarkan, disingkir sebagai anggota PBB.
The Prime Minister said that once approved, the resolution is expected to be a legal basis for the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East UNRWA to continue providing basic services such as education, health treatment and humanitarian aid. These services had benefited over 6 million Palestine refugees in Gaza, West Bank, Jordan, Lebanon and Syria. On another matter, Datuk Sri Anwar has received an invitation from King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia to participate in the Extraordinary Arab Islamic Summit on 11th November, aimed at discussing the ongoing war crimes and atrocities committed by Israel against Palestine. He said that his participation at the summit, set to take place in Riyadh, is to bring the mandate of the Malaysian Parliament, which is to advocate for firm action to stop the ongoing Israeli aggression and atrocities against the Palestinians.
Kita akan memberikan kesaan supaya keputusan-keputusan lebih berkesan dan tindakan susulan akan lebih bermakna bagi pembebasan Palestin. Ini termasuklah cadangan menggerakkan Special Committee Against Apartheid di PBB ke atas Israel. Malaysia berhasrat menggunakan sidang kemuncak ini untuk meraih sokongan negara Arab dan Islam terhadap ikhtiar tersebut bagi menghalang pelaksanaan keputusan Parlimen Israel Knesset pada 28 Oktober yang bertujuan melenyapkan UNRWA.
He said Malaysia has contributed 25 million ringgit to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency UNRWA to assist Palestinians in Gaza facing Israeli violence. He also said that this is in addition to the 100 million ringgit worth of humanitarian support that has been provided, which includes bringing injured civilians from Gaza to Malaysia for medical treatment at the military hospital. Still on West Asia, the government, through the Ministry of Defence MINDEF, is constantly monitoring the situation of the Malaysian battalion Malbat 85011, which is currently undertaking peacekeeping missions in southern Lebanon. Dr. Sri Anwar in Parliament today said that the ministry also keeps almost daily contact with their personnel there to ensure the presence and safety of all involved.
Kita terikat dengan UNIFIL, pendirian Pertubuhan Bersama-Sama 1. Dan setakat ini Duta Besar masih di Beirut, masih memantau keadaan. Ada yang menggesa supaya kita menarik balik pulang, tetapi pendirian kita adalah pendirian bersama dengan pasukan UNIFIL dan kita buat keputusan bersama. Malaysia, Indonesia dan pasukan Malaysia itu disertai oleh Brunei.
He said Malaysia, along with 33 other UNIFIL contributing countries, has also issued a joint statement led by Poland to condemn Israel's attack in Lebanon. Other than Malaysia, 50 UN member countries are also participating in the UNIFIL mission, with a total of 10,058 personnel and officers involved. Transport Minister Anthony Loke today announced that all natural gas vehicles (NGVs) will no longer be allowed to be registered or used on Malaysian roads from 1st July 2025. He said this decision was made by the Cabinet on 2nd October due to safety concerns regarding NGVs and other road users. Loke added that Petronas will also phase out the sale of NGV fuel, with the process starting immediately and completing by 1st July 2025.
Tangki-tangki NGV ini mempunyai had tempoh penggunaan selamat dalam lingkungan 15 tahun dan sekiranya tidak diganti, ianya tidak selamat digunakan dan boleh gagal berfungsi pada bila-bila masa sahaja yang boleh mendatangkan bahaya kecederaan, kematian dan kerosakan harta benda yang dahsyat. Selain itu, terdapat segelintir pengguna yang telah melaksanakan ubah suai kenderaan dengan menggunakan silinder gas memasak LPG yang amat berbahaya dan telah mendatangkan risiko kemalangan dan topan sebelum ini.
During the announcement session for the NGV vehicle usage policy, the Transport Minister stated that more than 40,000 NGV vehicles have been registered in the past 3 years. He noted that replacing components with genuine part is costly, potentially exceeding 7,000 ringgit per vehicle, while NGV spare parts, especially original tag, are either no longer available or extremely difficult to source locally. In light of the policy decision, owners of NGV-powered vehicles can now apply for the NGV Vehicle Transition Assistance Program following the government's decision to cease registration and licensing of these vehicles in Malaysia starting next July. Transport Minister Anthony Loke added owners of motor vehicles powered by NGV fuel can apply for the NGV Vehicle Transition Assistance Program starting today.
RM1,000 akan diberikan melalui aplikasi Settle secara one-off. Kedua, pakej menanggalkan kit NGV, terutamanya tangki daripada kenderaan yang telah diubah suai dui bahan api, termasuk taksi NGV. Semua kos akan ditanggung sepenuhnya dan hanya boleh dilaksanakan di bengkel yang daftar sahaja. Ketiga, pakej bantuan peralihan bagi kenderaan bahan api tunggal NGV menawarkan pembayaran secara one-off kepada pemilik kenderaan yang layak berdasarkan nilai semasa kenderaan yang akan ditentukan oleh wakil penilai bebas.
Loke emphasised that the program is an initiative by Petronas NGV Sdn Bhd for the affected target groups, namely NGV taxi drivers, owners of single-fuel vehicles and dual-fuel NGV vehicles. A police escort for a VIP was fined RM1,000 by the Magistrates Court here today after he pleaded guilty to punching an e-hailing driver with disabilities OKU who was waiting for his passenger in a hotel lobby last May. Magistrate Farah Nabiha Muhammad Dan handed down the sentence to Lance Corporal Muhammad Taufik Ismail, 32, who admitted to the assault. Muhammad Taufik, who was represented by lawyer A. Ashok, paid the fine. According to the case facts, the incident occurred when the driver, who is deaf and mute, stopped his car at a hotel lobby to pick up a passenger. The driver then noticed a group, including the accused, signalling him to leave, but he could not understand their hand gestures due to his disability. Upon gesturing towards the accused, using sign language to clarify the situation, Muhammad Taufik responded by punching the driver in the face, causing pain and swelling on the driver's right cheek. The driver later left the scene, completed the passenger drop-off and subsequently lodged a police report. Coming up next, comprehensive database for rural areas underway.
Welcome to On the Table.
Obviously, there are two main engines of growth in any economies.
What are the implications of Malaysia's growth on employment, income levels, and also standard of living per population?
From a historical perspective,
It's been good. The capacity in our country can be built to be in the same level as the world standards.
A more comprehensive database for rural areas is being updated to ensure programs and aid are carried out and channeled effectively. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the existing data was not updated with essential information unavailable.
Data-data ini kita akan buat melalui sistem geopolitik dan geoekonomi yang akan merangkumkan semua maklumat dan data ini supaya dapat menembusi semua maklumat yang diperlukan bagi menyampaikan apa juga maklumat dan juga sebarang bantuan yang ditumpukan kepada kumpulan sasaran.
He said this after closing the Madani Rural Leadership Empowerment Convention today. Datuk Seri Ahmad Zahid, who is also the Rural and Regional Development Minister, stated the application could also be used to inform the public of any government initiative and assist companies or startups in identifying potential community projects that could be undertaken collaboratively. The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission (MCMC) is exploring new technologies, including direct-to-device systems utilizing low Earth orbit (LEO) satellite technology to improve internet coverage. According to Deputy Minister of Communications Teo Ni Ching, this innovative internet service technology aims to benefit users, particularly those in rural and remote areas.
Kita pakai teknologi terbaru sepertilah direct to device satellite. Ini adalah dalam pertimbangan MCMC. Untuk makluman yang berhormat, MCMC bentuklah jendela fasa 2 telah lebih menggena pasti di seluruh negara 2,700 lokasi yang perlulah tambah baik liputan internet. Dan antaranya sekarang kami telah dalam proses untuk menggena pasti teknologi yang paling sesuai untuk setiap satu lokasi dan supaya bahawa pada semasa kita melancarkan jendela fasa 2 ini kami bolehlah menggunakan pakai teknologi terbaru.
She emphasised that this initiative reflects MCMC's commitment to enhancing internet services and communication infrastructure nationwide. She said this during question and answer session in Parliament today. 2,536 target groups, including hardcore poor and B40, are receiving benefits under the People's Income Initiative IPR or Inisiatif Pendapatan Rakyat. Deputy Minister of Economy Datuk Hanifah Hajar Taib stated that all of them have been approved to participate in 3 initiatives under the IPR. Speaking in Parliament, she said the initiatives are Usahawan Tani Intan, Inisiatif Usahawan Makanan Insan and Inisiatif Operator Perkhidmatan Ihsan.
Kementerian Ekonomi juga turut mengambil bahagian dalam siri Jelajah Madani bagi memudahkan cara urusan pendaftaran pemohon IPR serta memberi penerangan lanjut. Selain itu, Kementerian Ekonomi melalui pegawai lapangan yang dilantik di peringkat negeri dan daerah juga sentiasa mengadakan sesi libat urus bagi menyampaikan maklumat terkini berkenaan pelaksanaan IPR sekaligus membantu menarik lebih ramai penglibatan golongan sasar merentasi lokaliti ke dalam inisiatif ini.
Appropriate steps are also being taken to enhance the participation of various ethnic groups in the IPR program. Transport Minister Anthony Loke emphasised the construction of a cruise terminal in Pulau Melaka Bandar Hilir is poised to significantly enhance Melaka's economy through increased tourism. He said the project is in line with the federal government's focus on the maritime economy's essential role in national development.
Lain daripada pelabuhan-pelabuhan kargo yang ada di Selat Melaka ini, Melaka juga mempunyai potensi besar untuk menjadi destinasi cruise tourism. Kerana Melaka ini terkenal sebagai satu negeri yang bersejarah dengan kedudukannya dan juga statusnya sebagai UNESCO World Heritage City, maka sudah tentu ramai pengunjung datang ke Melaka. Sekarang ini pengunjung datang ke Melaka ni kebanyakannya melalui darat, iaitu daripada Kuala Lumpur ataupun daripada airport ada sebahagiannya melalui Batu Berendam. Tapi ada satu lagi laluan yang boleh juga menarik pelancong masuk, iaitu melalui cruise.
Loke said this following the launch of the first Melaka International Maritime Economy Conference 2024, officiated by Chief Minister Datuk Seri Abdul Rauf Yusof today. The construction of the terminal is 50% complete and is expected to begin operations in June next year. Johor Menteri Besar Dr. Onn Hafiz Ghazi has defined Agro-Snow's investment in the state as a catalyst for economic growth in the Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone JSSEZ. He said that the influx of international companies should prioritise the hiring of skilled local talent and uphold fair labour practices. During a recent working visit to Osaka, Japan, Dr. Onn Hafiz and his state government delegates observed how Japanese companies nurture their employees from onboarding through their retirement, ensuring loyalty and job satisfaction.
I noticed most Japanese companies, like the one I visited in Osaka recently, we visited Fuji Oil. Their staff, they start from their first job until their retirement. They usually stick with the company, and I'm sure Japanese companies are very good at looking after their staff, and I hope you do the same when you are here in Johor.
He said the Johor Talent Development Council, JTDC, which was launched yesterday, was a collaboration between federal and state governments and played an important role in developing skilled workers. JTDC aims to ensure that Johor's workforce meets the demand for high-skilled labour, enabling local talent to join ventures like Agro-Snow. Agro-Snow's groundbreaking ceremony for its new plant in Tanjung Langsat is a partnership between Singapore-based global agricultural commodity firm AgroCorp International and Japan's Milk Snow brand. The facility, set to be completed by the first quarter of 2026, will focus on the eco-friendly production of high-quality soy-based plant protein using advanced sustainable methods. Singapore's Trade and Industry Minister Lau Yen Ling was also present at the event. Still ahead, 36 dead in bus crash in Indian Himalayas. A bus in India plunged into a deep Himalayan ravine on Monday, killing at least 36 passengers and injuring several others, according to a government official. The crumpled wreckage of the bus ended in thick undergrowth, with the twisted front of the vehicle squashed nearly flat. Road accidents are common along the many mountainous roads in the Himalayan region, caused mostly by poor maintenance and reckless driving in the tortuous terrain. A human chain of volunteers line the steep slopes and across a rushing river, helping pull out the wounded from the remains of the bus. 3 critically injured have been sent to hospital using a helicopter. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami said he had ordered an investigation into the accident, which took place in forested hills near the town of Almora. Hundreds of people die in road accidents in India every year. A volcano in eastern Indonesia erupted overnight, killing at least 10 people as it spewed fireballs and ash on surrounding villages, officials said Monday, as they raised the alert to status its highest level. Mount Lewatobi Laki-Laki, a 1,703-meter twin volcano located on the popular tourist island of Flores, erupted shortly before midnight, forcing authorities to evacuate several villages. Abdul Muhari, spokesman of the country's disaster mitigation agency BNBP, confirmed the death toll, adding that 10,295 people had been affected by the eruptions. He said the number of evacuees was still being calculated. The volcanology agency warned there was a potential for rain-induced lava floods and told locals to wear masks to protect against volcanic ash. There were a series of eruptions at the volcano last week, the biggest on Thursday, sending a column of ash 2,000 meters into the sky. The mountain had several major eruptions in January, prompting authorities to evacuate at least 2,000 residents. Indonesia, a vast archipelago nation, experiences frequent eruptions due to its position on the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area of intense volcanic and seismic activity. Coming up in sports, Pangong ready for battle against JDT. Stay with us. Kim Pangong was all smiles on his return to Malaysia after 4 months. The former national coach is in Johor to lead K-League 1 champions Ulsan HD against Johor Darul Takzim JDT in the 4th match of the AFC Champions League Elite ACL Elite East Zone at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium in Iskandar Putri on Tuesday. For Pangong, the match will surely invoke many fond memories as he was loved by the Malaysian crowd and worked with the majority of JDT players who played for the national team during his time as Harimau Malaya coach from 2022 to the year 2024. But his focus on getting his team notched their first win in the competition.
I know what JDT have done last week game. It was great performance. Very competitive, very strong. But I think we have no room to step back for this game. I think we want to make it a good game for the fans. I think we also will be very strongly stand in front of home team. We will do our best.
JDT head coach Hector Bidolio meanwhile admitted that playing on home ground would give an advantage but cautioned his charges of their reputable opponent.
Ulsan is a very good team. They have very good players. It's a strong team. But I don't think about who is the coach or his style. I put focus in ourselves. I put focus in continue growing. I am thinking in how I need to work for improve the individual skill in my players, to improve as play as a team. For me, this is the most important.
Kickoff will be at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Sabah FC continued their winning momentum in this season's Super League by defeating Kelantan Darul Naim KDN FC 4-1 at Lika Stadium Sunday night. Sabah remains third in the league with 26 points after the win, while KDN FC stands at 12th with 7 points. The Rhinos' fourth consecutive victory began with a goal from João Pedro Borrera Duarte, who headed in a cross from Stuart Wilkin in the 17th minute. In the 27th minute, the visiting team equalised with a powerful strike by Muhammad Fazrul Amil after intercepting a pass from the Sabah FC defence in the penalty box. However, less than a minute after KDN FC celebrated their equaliser, the home team led by Dato' Ong Kim Swee regained the lead with a goal from Muhammad Farhan Roslan, who tapped in a header by João Pedro. The home team pressed on with several more attempts, adding another goal through João Pedro's header in the 45th minute of a free kick from Wilkin, leaving the score at 3-1 by the end of the first half. In the second half, both teams launched attacks, but Sabah FC extended their lead with a header from Gabriel Perez in the 61st minute, again from a Wilkin free kick. Sabah FC created more scoring chances, but KDM FC goalkeeper Muhammad Fikri Chetso held firm, leaving the score at 4-1 until the final whistle. Moises Caicedo's blistering second-half strike cancelled out on Bruno Fernandes' penalty as Chelsea salvaged a 1-1 draw with Manchester United, spoiling United's celebrations in their first Premier League game since manager Erik ten Hag was sacked. The United captain scored from the spot in the 70th minute after Chelsea goalkeeper Robert Sanchez caught Rasmus Højlund's foot when diving for the ball. Fernandes sent Sanchez the wrong way, prompting a delighted interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy to leap in the air in celebration. United briefly looked poised for the second league win in 6 outings, but the mood in Old Trafford swiftly shifted 4 minutes later when Casemiro failed to fulfill clear Chelsea's corner, leaving Caicedo to fire a low volley that Andre Onana managed to just get a hand on. though he could not stop it sailing into the bottom corner. Ten Hag was sacked last Monday, with United languishing in 14th in the Premier League. Ruben Amorim was named as his replacement and will arrive at the club on 11th November. Over 184,000 spectators turned up to watch the three-day 2024 Malaysian Motorcycle Grand Prix GP at the Sepang International Circuit SIC. SIC Chief Executive Officer Azan Shafriman Hanif said, although it did not meet their target of 200,000 spectators, it still exceeded last year's figure of 182,912. Met at the Malaysian GP, which concluded yesterday, the best part, he said, was this year's edition saw Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim attending his first MotoGP race. He attributed the encouraging response from the public to the Rahmah ticket sales, priced at RM49.90. The Malaysian GP, MotoGP, has been Sepang Circuit's flagship annual event after the track stopped hosting Formula 1 races in 2017. Meanwhile, Azan said the SIC is open to providing space for local riders to train at the circuit, and they will only be charged the security and marshal fees. Alexander Zverev said he will let the results come to him as he targets a first Grand Slam trophy of his career in 2025. The 27-year-old German won the Paris Masters on Sunday by comprehensively beating Francis Ugo Humbert 6-2, 6-2 to earn the 7th ATP 1000 level title of his career. However, the new world number 2 has not won one of tennis' 4 majors, finishing as runner-up at the French Open in 2024 and the US Open in 2020. After suffering an ankle injury in the semi-final of Roland Garros in 2022, Zverev's return to the top has been slow. In that time, Italian world number 1 Jannik Sinner and Spain's Carlos Alcaraz have taken up the mantle of Grand Slam kings. The duo shared 2 Grand Slam titles each in 2024, with Alcaraz besting Zverev in 5 sets at the French Open in June. But Zverev also won the Rome Open Masters title in May, reached 66 match wins on Sunday, overtaking Sinner as the player with the most victories over the course of the year and supplanting Alcaraz as the world number 2. To reach number 1, Zverev said would require winning majors.
Melaksanakan misi, mempertahan maruah, mencipta secara setia pertembungan, takkan jenta dengan asalkan membuat peluang terus tegakkan satu perjuangan, satu suara akan yang direncanakan dada dalam memburu takkan kehancuran, kekuatan bicara, si menembakkan sampai kemenangan.
That's it from us this evening. In our top story, NGV to be discontinued July next year. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thanks for watching.